Hello everyone, welcome back to my washi extravaganza. That's what I feel like. So I had made those really easy cards with you guys, and I thought I would make the little specimen slides with you, and you can see that you can turn them also into little tags. I thought this came out so beautiful. I just love that you could add this maybe even inside your journals or your planners. But I did make this fun little bookmark that's also really simple. I just love how they come out with this washi tape. And I mean, like I said, the designs are endless. So you can see you just have so many different looks. I love how this one looks, especially with just, it's so dainty. It looks like a real dried flower botanical. All right, so let's start, and these are really easy, and actually I'm using acetate, but you don't have to use acetate, and I'm going to show you. So let's start with just the little simple slides here, and it's basically the same technique. It's just I'm giving you my measurements. You can always change it because obviously I'm using a die for this to run through my die machine, so it really depends what die you have, but this gives you a good idea of the size of mine. So for the slides, I'm going to be using a 2 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheet of paper. And I'm going to just fold this in half. I'm not even scoring today. I'm literally just folding it in half. Okay, and then what you will do right now is you will take your die or your punch. I feel like punches can be a little tricky, so if you would do that now, you can just take your die and put it on and run it under your machine. And when you run it under your machine, it's going to come out like this. So whatever shape or pattern that you're using. Okay, and then for my acetate, and I'll show you 2 ways, so if you don't have acetate, you don't need it. But mine are just, I'm using 2 by 2 because it really breaks evenly throughout my sheets. And I just feel like it's perfect for this size specimen slide. So you can see it goes just like perfect, and we'll just, I don't know if you can see it because it's clear. This is not easy to work with on camera. And basically we're doing the same thing we do with your cards, except there's no extra flap. We're just really just closing it after we tape it. But I want to show you the 2 ways. So you don't need the acetate, okay? Actually, this one might work perfect. I kind of like slide them in like this to see how they're going to look, and that's going to actually be perfect for this one. And I just kind of eyeball like 2 by 2 and maybe even a little smaller, but I know my window is smaller than that. And so if you don't have acetate, leave it like this. Because this washi has a stick on the back, you can literally just tape this like this and close it and have your little slide. It's still pretty nice. Obviously the acetate adds a little bit more durability, but if you don't want to spend money on the acetate and you don't have it, it works just perfect. So let me just get this off, and sorry I have glue on my pokey tool because I use this to unclog my glue sometimes. So hold on, I gotta put it up to me so I can see what's going on. All right. So there's that, and I'm going to use my acetate today just because, you know, and you'll see I have some extra space. How can you guys see this? Try to put something behind it. Here's a project. So if you see I have a little bit of extra space, and that's all right because my tape's really going to go on the top. So I just kind of place it here, and we're basically just going to glue it. Or not glue it, we're going to tape it. And I'm going to use just 2 simple strips of double-sided tape. And these are just like gorgeous. I'm obsessed with the way these look with this tape. So that's my first double-sided tape, and then I'm just going to put some on the bottom here. Okay, and then we're just going to close it. And we have our little specimen thing. Now, if you want to go an extra mile, you can use your little punch tool and just put a hole on the top. And again, I have that bungee cord on my desk, so that's kind of what I've just been using. I'm probably not going to have any left after this week. So, and I like to do mine like this. I like to kind of do a double loop. So I put it in once, And then because I noticed sometimes it will look different, and then I put it in again, so it gives you that little double loop right there. And then you can tie it in a knot. Oops, I need to cut this, don't I? And then you can tie it in a knot, or you can just loop it. So I'm gonna tie this right here, like this. And then after I tie it in the knot, then I kind of just loop it around one more time and like pull it through like this. So there you go. So it looks like that. But how pretty does that look? And then I did take, and sorry, I'm singing then and then. I took some of those little gold washi stickers because I am definitely obsessed with these things. And sorry, I didn't mean to sound like what do you call them, the influencers, when they constantly say obsessed. I can't stand it. But you can just, you know, take this, and I'm just gonna, since it doesn't fit, just put that on there, and look at that beautiful touch. And I think I'm gonna add one more to the other side just to make it, you know, a little bit even. So I'm gonna go a little, I wanna go up a little because I want it to go kind of like there. Oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. It makes, this washi makes it too easy. Sorry, and there's a storm coming in, so the lighting is boot again, you guys. All right, next we're gonna do the bookmark, and that's another easy one. So it's basically the same thing, except our paper is going to be 2 1/4 by 12 inches. And we're doing the same thing. I just basically wanted to give you guys the measurements, and I don't know, maybe you guys want to see how it looks too. So I'm just going to take that and fold it directly in half like this. And I love this because my son's, listen to this, you guys, my son's first grade teacher writes them until they graduate high school. Okay, she was the most, she won like Best of Gwinnett when we lived in Atlanta. She won Best of Gwinnett teacher one year, and she retired right after my son's class. But isn't that the most amazing thing? And she was an avid reader, and I always thought she was so strict. I'm like, she's making these kids like read and correct them too much, but I appreciate it so much. And now that I see other teachers, like, I feel like no one compares to her. Anyway, sometimes when we mail her, which my son hasn't done and he needs to, I think I'm gonna send her some because she's an avid reader, and make her maybe some bookmarks and slip in there. Anyway, sorry, after you, so if you have a book lover, they're gonna love this. So after you fold that, we're gonna do the same thing, and you're going to take your die or your punch and run it through your machine, or again, just use your little punch, and then they're going to come out like this. Well, that's not gonna come out on top. They're gonna come out like this. And let me fix this, it's so bright. Okay, so, and then I'm gonna take another one of my little acetate sheets. Again, depends what size you use, but mine's just gonna be like a 2 by 2. And that's gonna be it there. And, or just use the washi, like I said. And let's find a washi that's going to go here. Where is my favorite one? I think it's this one. So this is a great way to do it, is just kind of take your washi, and you can see how it's gonna look. Did I make it too dark? No. Sorry, guys. All right. So I'm gonna just, this is a great way to do it, but sorry, I've got stickers on my hand. Kind of take it, and you can just slide it through so you can see what it's gonna look like. Just like that. You know what I mean? That's cool too. Goodness, I don't know which one to use. Did I just use that one? No, I didn't. And I love the dainty because you can really see through it. So, but I think it's too, I think my heart's too high. That's pretty. There's so many to choose from. I do like this one, but I think the flower print might be too close. So I think, sorry to be indecisive on camera, I kind of like that too. You know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that so I don't keep you guys. And I'm just gonna eyeball it and save the rest. So see, I'm really just like eyeballing it here and hoping that it fits in my window. But just know, like 2 by 2 is basically what you need. You could even hold it up to your acetate if you're using the acetate and measure it that way. But I'm pretty much an eyeball type person. So here's my acetate, and I'm just gonna lay it down. And now I can kind of play with it too when you do that, because then you can flip it around, do whatever you want to do. And I do like it just like that. So I'm going to, and this one you're going to want to put just like an extra thing of tape just because the bottom has to be sealed. So I'm going to put a tape on the top like we had before, a tape on the bottom right here, and one down here just to seal the bookmark. But if you're sewing or any of that, you can do that too. Sorry, I know you guys know I have my tools, but I feel like my nails are quicker. My nubs, I don't even have nails because I cut them all the time. All right, and ta-da! We have our bookmark and it's all sealed up. So again, I just take it and you can do your little punch, and also you could add the stickers. So for this one I did, did you notice that I added this pretty little, goodness, the lighting, the gold, I did that there. So maybe we can do that again with something else, we'll see. So again, I'm going to loop it once and then loop it twice and then knot it. Because I noticed that sometimes my tags came out really weird and I couldn't figure out why, and I just like it like this. So make a knot, and then just do a little loop. Like a kind of like a lasso. Like you're doing a shoe, but you're not doing it all the way. And there we go. And then let's see here. Let's see if we could add some of these. I'm gonna end up using this whole roll in like a week. I used it on my album, and by the way, I'll show you in a minute, but see, look at how pretty. I'm gonna show you, I also made those, the reason why I made that specimen slide that size is because I said this was gonna be the next tutorial, but I ended up doing another washi one. But it's because I wanted it to fit in that next album. So I think that's good like that. And you could put lettering, like I have my stickers from my set. You could do that. But I'm trying to find something that says beautiful. Let's see how it looks. It's kind of crooked, but that's okay. So those are that, and again, I made those so that they could fit into this little album here, because look at how pretty. I needed something mini, and I thought that was gonna be so pretty. But again, you could put this in your little journals, whatever you want. And yeah, this is going to be the next tutorial, okay? It was supposed to be, but I didn't do it. So this is it. I hope you guys have fun with the washi, and I saw some of you had ordered it, and thanks so much for ordering, and I promise you guys are gonna just love this. Like, look, I can't stop messing with it. But I hope you guys like these ideas. I thought they were fun. Again, they're simple like the other ones, but I just wanted to give you guys some measurements because it's always nice if someone does the measurements for you. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and hope you have fun making these.